We'll be starting up here in a minute. For those of you who aren't familiar with Zoom, please make sure that you're muted unless you're speaking. There's about 8, 10 that I see that aren't muted right now.
How do you mute?
If you're logged in on a computer or your phone through Zoom, there's in the bottom left-hand
It's a
corner,
phone.
there's a spot that says mute. If you're on a phone, it's star 6.
Star what?
6. Make sure you guys are all here. Now you're connected and muted.
Okay.
Yep, and you're muted in the bottom left there. Anything you want to do either.
Trying to scroll down. Bob's got to put his headphones on.
Robert. Robert.
Oh.
Do we really need them? I can hear everybody fine.
Got him, Bob and Coach Steve.
All right, make sure you stay muted, Bob. All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. You ready? Call the Board of Adjustment meeting to order. Was this meeting properly noticed?
Yes, it was.
We need a roll call of members, please.
Pankowski,
Here.
Ula, here, Caldwell,
Here.
Kraus,
Here.
all present.
Would everyone please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all. Thank you. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I so moved.
We need a second. All right.
I made a meeting.
Any changes? All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Approval of the minutes, from the last meeting.
So move.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any changes to the minutes? If not, please signify by approving by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We now move on to the public hearings.
All right, there's a Andrews Galaxy A12. Can you mute that, please? You need to mute too. All right, the first hearing today. Mute. Mute your.
Pardon?
Mute.
Oh, sorry.
All right, the first hearing today is for Shelley Seehey. It's a special exception request under section 405-12C of the Adams County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance to allow an accessory building without a primary dwelling on property located in southeast quarter, southwest quarter, section 34, town 17 north, range 6 east, lot 4, CSM 346. The address is 966 County Road E in the town of Adams. The applicant is requesting to build a 20 by 26 carport to go along with the 2 campers that are out on the property. I received no correspondence other than from the town of Adams. They did not object to the request. They felt it bettered the property, and that was at their June meeting, and the town board signed that. Is the applicant online?
Yes, I am.
Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
Just that we have a lawnmower. My husband has some tools. We purchased a wood splitter this year, and we want to store these items inside rather than just having them outside covered up. And this is a non-permanent building. We're not going to put down a cement platform or gravel. It's just going to go sitting on the sand that's up there.
Okay, give me 1 second.
What's going on here?
Are you not getting?
I'm unmuted.
Yeah, but are you hearing anything?
No. Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. You should be.
Okay.
Can you hear people now?
I hope I can.
Yeah, I'm not on.
Okay.
Can you just like unmute and say test or something, see if you can hear it?
I can hear it.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to see if he can.
Yeah. Do you hear me? Hear me talk?
Yeah.
Do you hear me talk?
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, honey.
She said that she wasn't, there's no foundation or anything. It's just going to be on gravel for lawnmower and what's in it. Okay.
It'll be in, not just a carport.
If you unmute, you can ask that question.
It'll be enclosed. It's not just a carport. To
It'll
secure
be-
it.
I'm sorry, are you talking to me or are you talking?
Yes,
to-
yes.
Oh, yeah,
Will it,
it will be fully enclosed with the sides and a roll-up door on one end so we can go in and out of it. Yes, it will be fully enclosed.
and secured for theft?
Yes, it will be very secure for theft.
Okay.
And the reason we have to have the special exception permit is because we have not built a house up there yet. We're waiting for our children to decide what they want to do with it. And that's why we want to put this carport up, because before we put the house up there. We have electric out there. We have a well out there. We have a black tank that's permitted by the Adams County that every year we get a permit for. So now we just want to put up this carport so we can store items in them, so rather than leaving them outside covered up with tarps.
How many acres do you have on that property?
We have 5.
Okay, thank you.
I have in my notes here that something, that the lots were combined.
I don't know what you're, we just have 5 acres.
Let me check.
Yeah, I don't show any record of that.
Hold on.
I think that's for the Went application here in a couple.
And we have Bob Glade on one side
Sure.
of us and Mike Faust
Right.
on the other side of us.
This is Went, isn't it?
No, this is Shelley.
I'm sorry.
C.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I grabbed the wrong form. I'm sorry. I'm a little disabled here. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I grabbed the wrong notes.
Yeah, Shelley, I have a question,
Sure.
and it has to do with, and I do understand with the family, you don't know when the house is gonna be built because they don't know, we don't know. The only question I have is, are you open to considering any conditions that might be imposed to get this?
What do you mean by that?
exception?
Oh, my God.
Well, I noticed there's a couple other sheds there that are
Uh,
smaller,
Yeah,
and I don't know if if we put conditions to remove those, and trade for a nicer looking one, more functional, more secure, if that would be of interest to you.
Oh,
that would be fine if those were the conditions. One of the little sheds holds my decorations. I'm not sure if somebody had been out there, but I always decorate the fence for the holidays, and so I have those decorations in there. The other little shed is what my husband has right now that has his tools in it and has a smaller refrigerator, so we can keep beer in it. When we're
Yeah,
up there. We haven't been up there now for 3 weeks. We just got back Saturday from a 2-week vacation in Hawaii. So we haven't been up there for about 3 weeks now. So our son is in the Navy and is stationed in Hawaii. So we had a chance to go out and visit him for 2 weeks. So
well,
we
we
just
hope
got
you
back.
we hope you can come back up and spend some time.
Yes. But yeah, if you put those stipulations on it, yeah, then we would, take down those other sheds, dismantle them and put everything into the 20 by 25 shed.
Could you just describe for us the size of those 2 sheds?
Oh, one is probably 5 by 10. And the other one it's one of them that you buy at Menards. We bought it at Menards. And the other one is my husband took a pallet. Oops, sorry. My husband took a pallet and just kind of built, I don't know, 2 by 6s, 2 by 8s. And then we just put metal around it just to have some storage for the decorations. There's another smaller shed that's covering the well out there. So, and that's pretty much why we want to put the bigger shed up, so we have more. We can put things in it rather than leave the riding lawnmower outside under a tarp, or the smaller push mowers under the camper. And and like I said, we bought a wood splitter this summer, and we want right now it's under a tarp, so we need to put it away for the winter.
Do you have any intentions of building in the future?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the kids will.
Do you have a time on it?
No, I don't. Our son is in ours, actually, you're not talking to Shelley C., you're talking to Donna Van Buren. I have, Shelley's permission to be talking to you. We've owned the property for 25, almost 30 years. We have since, now been turning it over to our children, who are Shelley C. and Michael Van Buren. And our son has about 6 years left of a 20-year Navy thing. And our daughter right now runs a day camp in Sun Prairie.
Do we have any more comments from the board?
It would be nice to have a picture of this structure.
I don't happen to have one now. It's if you, I don't know, they have them alongside of the roads. We are actually thinking, we had one ordered from Watoma, the marine place there where they service boats and things. It's sitting on the side there. It's got side, we're gonna put sides on it, and it's got a roof. And it's metal. I'm sorry, I'm babysitting the grandson this morning and was just getting back from vacation. I
would,
forgot to bring it along with
approve
me.
this based on getting a picture of this building.
I'm muted. You're muted. No, you're muted again.
It says,
If there's a red line, that means you're muted.
okay. Again, I would propose to accept this based on a picture of this.
Okay.
To see what it looks like. If it's acceptable to this committee.
To be put in the file, is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry.
Again, I would, accept,
What are you saying, Bob? You want this tabled until you get a picture?
Well, I would say let's approve it based on this committee approving that structure. If we have an issue with the structure, then I think we gotta come back and talk about it.
accept this
Is that okay?
based,
So you wouldn't review that until next month?
Can't you just send pictures to the office and we can
Yeah.
look at them? Can you do that, ma'am?
What do you want me to do?
Can you get pictures of this and send them to the office?
Oh, sure,
a picture of the structure.
sure. I can drop the pictures.
I'm sorry.
If you're gonna talk.
Then what you're saying is you want to approve it today and have a picture for the file at the office.
That we can look at and agree to. If we don't agree to the structure, then we gotta do something else.
It's going to be put up by professionals. The company that we ordered
I
from.
cannot hear what she's saying.
Can we approve this on that basis, or is it better just to table? If the concerns of the board are the type of construction that it is.
I made the motion.
There's one on the table.
No, not on the motion yet. All right, all of you need to mute.
Well,
He's not. Okay. So if I understand correctly, your concern is what the structure is eventually going to look like. If you approve it today and request a photo of it that's acceptable to you, you wouldn't be able to approve that photo until next month.
So the option is to table it. If you, that's the concern we have.
Right. The other option would be to table the application. The other thing we haven't done yet is open it up to public comment. That's why I held off on the motions. Yeah.
I want to ask one question.
You're
If your office received the photos and they were sent to us, could we have a phone-in vote? No?
no, because that'd be a meeting we'd have to publish.
Okay,
The
yeah.
other option would be to give me the authority to approve it or deny it.
I would trust your judgment, Rusty. No, that's the right of the committee.
What's your motion, Robert?
Well, no motion.
Oh, no motion. I forgot.
You gotta do public comment.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to the motion.
So are there any public comment?
I don't know, yes, that's.
Okay. Do we have any public input?
As far as
Is-
I know, the planning and zoning department has published it and sent
Is she-
notices to
can you
the
hear her?
neighbors.
I cannot hear.
Yeah, if they're asking for people on the call that
Oh,
would like to speak in favor or against this.
sorry.
Mr. Caldwell, you're still, you need to mute. Is there anybody on the call that would like to speak in favor of this request? Is there anybody on the call that would like to speak in favor of the request? Is there anybody on the call wishing to oppose the request? Is there anybody on the call wishing to oppose the request?
Having no comment, we will go for a motion to approve or deny.
Or your condition?
I would move to approve the request based on pictures submitted to the office, and we allow Dusty to make that decision, whether it's acceptable or not, the structure.
So in essence, this is tabled. Oh,
What I'm
Okay.
saying, Bob, is that Dusty gets the pictures and he can
Yeah.
give the yay or nay on it.
oh, okay. All right. All right. The motion has been made to approve this with pictures sent to Dustin for his approval. Is there a second on this motion? Bob, you have something?
Are we done with this motion? You haven't voted on it yet. There's a motion and a second on the floor. Now this would be the discussion on that motion.
So in order to make another motion, we have to settle the first motion.
Right.
What you doing, honey?
Is there further discussion on this?
That's on mute. That's on mute.
hold on a second, Bob. The motion that Mr. Benkowski actually made is to amend the application to require photos sent to me.
Right.
That's not the approval of the actual application.
Oh, I was
That is-
mistaken. Okay.
That is to amend the application. So you need to finish the vote on requiring the applicant to submit a photo for our office's approval. That's the motion on the table right now, not whether it's approved or not.
Okay. All in favor, is there any more comment on this? All in favor of Bob's motion? It was seconded by Linda, okay. All in favor of Bob's motion signify by saying aye.
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 Three to one. And Mr. Caldwell, you had a motion that you'd like to make?
Can't undo it. I don't know if I know how.
Can't get my speaker on.
Okay, you're unmuted.
I make a motion that we approve the request with two conditions, and that's that the two existing sheds are removed. That's it.
All right, so the actual motion is not the approval, it is to attach the conditions that the two sheds are removed.
And approve the building of.
No, that's next. So the motion right now is to require the removal of two sheds. Nobody's seconded that yet.
I would second it based on the fact that we're allowing, or we'll be granting the big building. Right, if we allow the big building, then the two come down.
So there's a motion and
Yeah.
a second.
Motion is second. Now we need a vote on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Now we need a motion.
Now I motion to accept building the carport shed for the storage of their lawnmower as the size that they have specified, with the two conditions already approved of removing the two sheds.
You mind reading that back?
Sure. What the actual motion should be is to approve the amended application with conditions. Sure. Application
Right.
with conditions.
Okay.
That's the motion.
All right. We have a second to that motion.
A second.
Is there any further comment on this? We'll take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Linda? Oh, you voted, okay.
Okay.
Motion was carried. All right.
You want to tell Donna what that exactly means?
Donna, what you want to do is probably call my office this afternoon. Donna, what
And
you
we
want to
kinda
do is
go
probably
over
call my office this afternoon.
In a nutshell, that's what it was approved.
Over what happened. In a nutshell, it was approved though. All right, the next application. All right, the next application
Capusta, it's a special exception.
is
request under
for
section
Camilla
405,
Caputa.
12C.
It's a special request under section 405-12C. We need to mute.
Of the Adams County Comprehensive Zoning.
Of the Adams County Comprehensive Zoning. Why am I getting so much feedback?
Mr. Kraus, you need to mute.
Mr. Kraus, you need to mute. You need to mute, and you're muted now. All right. Of the Adams County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance to allow an accessory building without a primary dwelling on property located in Lot 9, CSM 146, Section 5, Township 14 North, Range 6 East on Gale Ave, Town of Del Prairie. Now, the request is for a 10 by 16 shed. The Town of Del Prairie did approve it at their June meeting. They felt the building was already there prior to these people purchasing the property. It was put on there by a previous owner, and they felt that it was only 1 foot larger than would have been allowed otherwise without a permit, because you can go up to 150 square feet, and this happens to be 160 square feet. I have no other correspondence.
Do we have any input from the board?
Two questions again. Is there any intention to build?
You gotta mute. Unmute.
There any intention to build on this lot in the near future? And again, it'd be nice to have a picture of these structures so that we can see what is being put up. Those are my concerns. Are you gonna build in the future? And secondly, can you get us, submit a picture to the office again? And we
So
can let
we were planning on
Dusty
building
make
on the
that
lot,
decision
but
on it.
the prices went up this year, so we're currently
can't hear.
paused on building.
I couldn't hear not the lady before either.
Hold on 1 second.
Hold on 1 second, please.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Bob? Can you hear me now, Bob?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, He's unmuted. Oh, Mr. Kapusi, you're muted.
Oh, hello?
Hi, can you repeat what you had said earlier?
So we were planning on placing a house on the lot previously, but the prices went up like 30-40%. So currently we are not planning on building yet because we don't have enough money. And as for the picture, I'm actually waiting on it right now, so I should have it in a few minutes. Because my mom has it on her phone, so she's gonna send it over. Yeah, as for right now, building anything else on the plot, we currently do not have any plans.
What's,
Materials have gone up so high.
what's the size of the lot you're talking about? Is it also a 5-acre lot?
The lot that we have is 2 acres.
You should be able to hear it just through your audio. I can hear it. from you.
You do that?
You have to, you're kind of taking the minutes.
Where is the bottom?
Do you know when that structure was built?
I'm sorry?
Do you know when that structure was built?
No, we just purchased it.
Are
with
you
the lot,
getting them,
so
Linda?
We have no
And
idea
then
when it was
when,
built.
and then when did you
I'm not
purchase
getting-
this?
Can you repeat it?
Say again?
1 second, I'm asking my mom.
Oh, yeah.
So the existing building is there, are you leaving it? And you want to build the second one? Is that what we understand here?
So yeah, the building, it's a shed house, so that would stay there, yeah, and then we would build like a house later on. Oh, and we purchased the lot September 2018.
All right, we're gonna take about a minute or two break. I got a technical difficulty.
And then is there like a place where I could send you guys a picture or?
Oh. I can't hear. That's.
Can you hear me, Bob? Can you hear me?
And you were able to hear using those. And
And you've been able to hear everything with them?
I have,
Right up here.
Yeah, that's how you mute and unmute.
Yeah.
Wherever the speaker is. Can the board hear me? No, it's through this computer.
You can hear this? Can you hear this? No. Come over here, Bob.
You might, or
Come over here.
go by him.
Go back, I'm coming. Okay, now say something.
Can all four members of the board hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. We are back. I'll have to ask all the questions just because I'm the only one with a microphone right now. The applicant was explaining when the shed was built. I did not hear the answer to that.
It was, I think it was August 2008, or no, we purchased it 2018 August. When the shed was built, we have no idea. Or September 2018 is when we purchased the lot. But the shed was already on it before, so we're not really sure when it was built.
Can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Capuso, you're not putting a second shed on. It's just, this application is for the 10 by 16, correct?
Correct, yes. We're not putting any second shed now.
Right. We found this after the fact.
Okay, so what is your
Right. It was put there by a previous owner. We found it and now we're going through the process of for them to be able to leave it there.
Correct. And I also sent the picture of the shed in the chat.
to who and when? I have no idea what that is.
That was my foot.
No.
Does the board have all their questions for the applicant?
Does the board have other questions for the applicant?
Hold on one second. You need to mute yours, please.
Hold on one second. You need to mute yours, please. That's, I think that was why there was. They are not another shed. There is the one that this application is for. It's a 10 by 16 shed.
Did they answer anything about potential future building a home or?
He's right now not happening anytime soon. Are there any members of the public that would wish to speak in favor of this application? Any members of the public wishing to speak in favor? Any members of the public wishing to speak against this application? Anybody opposed?
We need a motion to approve.
I will make that motion.
Motion by Linda to approve the application. Second by Mr. Caldwell to approve the, or to second the motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
All members voted in favor of the application. Motion carried. And you can contact my office to further discuss it later today or tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much.
For Oscar and Lisa Wendt, it's a special exception request under section 405-12C of the Adams County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance to allow an accessory building without a primary structure on property located in the town 19 North Range 5 East in the town of Monroe. Can you hear me now? The applicant did supply a photo of the proposed structure. We did receive the town participation form from the town of Monroe. They do not object to the request. They also supplied their monthly meeting minutes. This property is across from their lakefront home. The lake lot's too small to add any additional structure, and they would like an additional garage. The county has requested they attach the new parcel to the existing home parcel in order to have it comply with the county ordinances. And that's how it was passed. One thing I can just, the property is not adjoining because there is a roadway in between. We do have language that we can put on the deed to combine the parcels with their house parcel. And they are, I think the applicant is aware of that, and that would get filed with the deed, and it essentially becomes one piece that can't be split apart.
I would say based on this picture and what they want to do, I'd move to approve this thing.
Make a motion to attach the condition that they get combined.
Under condition that they get combined into one lot.
Motion by Benkowski to require that the two lots be combined by deed. Second by Ms. Bula.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? We'll take a vote. Everybody in favor say aye.
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 I'd like to thank him for this picture.
All right, so the motion and second and the vote was approved to attach the condition that the two lots be combined. At this time, we will open it up to the public. Are there any public participants that would like to speak in favor of this request?
This is Gary Peitzmeyer. I am the lot owner next to the property that's being built on, and we think this would actually be an addition to the community rather than a problem. We're always worried about building on the septic systems and such, and I think that a good-looking garage that matches the house across the street and will add value to the area.
Do you hear that? The neighbor was all in favor of it.
Oh, okay.
Are there any other members of the public?
Yes, my name is Andrew Nashevsky. I'm also a neighbor. I own a lake lot and a property just about adjacent to their property. And I think it'll be an excellent idea to have the garage built over there, and I totally approve it.
The other neighbors said the same. Are there any other members of the public? Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak against this application? Are there any
Yes.
members of the public wishing to speak against the application? Oh,
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
yes, if you'd like to give your reasons.
Well, I'm at 854 19th Court. This is Jennifer Schultz and Joan Schultz. And we're opposed to it. There were covenants in our subdivision for single-family homes, not garages. So it's not going to prevent people from doing the same thing in the future. It doesn't increase property value. It actually decreases property value. And he already has a pole barn out on Z. We've been through this before. He tried to build one couple lots away from where we're at.
If they're combining the lots. Shouldn't be an issue.
That would be up to this board. This board cannot enforce covenances. Your decision is based on our ordinances and compatibility.
It's why we bought property in Petenwall Pines over 38 years ago, because of the covenants.
Right, and the only people that can enforce covenances are the other people in that association. The county, town, and this board cannot enforce covenances or really even take them into consideration.
This person who spoke against the property said there's already a pole barn there. No?
On a different
There's
property.
already a as on C. It was brought up in the last time he's tried to do this in the subdivision.
Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak against?
Yes, my name is Diane Paul.
And what would, you want to expand on the reasons, please?
My reason is we're going to turn 19th Court into 19th Alley. And I'd like to know why this man needs to have so many storage buildings. He has several in the area.
And we will get there. Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak against?
Yes, this is Judy Malone.
Whoever has the 414 phone number.
Pardon me?
Whoever has this phone number 414, starting with 414, if you'd like to speak.
That's Paul.
Or, oh, that was already on there. So the 608-403 number?
Yes, this is Judy Melissa. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I live at 801 19th Court, and the two people that are in favor of this garage being put up have the two next vacant lots, and both are probably planning on putting in garages of their own. So that means there will be garage, garage, garage.
Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak against?
Yes, my name is John Kidd. I live at 855. It's a summer home of mine. I'm also opposed. Once we start this, sheds, garages, whatever you like to call them, there's several lots across the street where actually Oscar tried to do this before, and you won't be able to stop them once we okay one of them. I don't know how we'd stop them, and I agree with everybody else that we'd end up with a bunch of these sheds or garages. And I think that will bring down the value of the property in that estate.
Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak against?
This is Lisa Offenberg, and I would like to disapprove of the garage for the same reason.
Okay.
And I live at 846 19th Court.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak against the application?
This is Robert Musinski, speaking for Mike Musinski, who lives at 803 19th Court. We also do not approve of the addition for the garage for the same reasons.
Okay. Are there any other members of the public wishing to speak against the application? Any other members of the public wishing to speak against the application? And now would be the time for Mr. and Mrs. Wendt to respond to any of the comments made during public comment.
As our picture shows, we're putting up, this is what was in the packet. This is our existing garage here. And so we want to mock what we have across the street, be a stick-built garage. Our personal opinion, and so is all the other neighbors along our street there on our side of the road, agree they would rather have garages than more houses, more people, more septic systems, everything that way. I do have an old farm that I bought and has some sheds on, but that's not for lawnmowers, bicycles, four-wheeler, stuff like that. That's all I'm looking at putting there. My boats in the wintertime go down there, yes, but and the other thing is a few of these people that are speaking against this today have combined their lots and built second unattached garages also. Yes, it's not across the street, but they've done the same. So I'm not sure why it works for them and not other people. I guess that's about all I have.
We're not planning on putting garages on any of the other vacant lots. This is combining our home lot with this lot across the street.
Yeah, we are retiring here in the next year or two, and that will be our home. We'd like to park our vehicles in the garage instead of leaving them sit out. I believe that's it.
The ones that
The
already,
thing is, if we have other buildings on our lot, it was because we combined them and we stuck with the covenant.
The public participation portion is over.
And I finish one thing, Dustin.
As the applicant, yes.
There is no covenants on this lot or our home lot. So that's null and void.
The lot you're talking about is Tall Timbers.
The public portion, that's why we don't take into consideration covenants at all at this board. We're not attorneys as far as whether a covenant is valid or not, so they have to treat it in absence of that. If it's approved, the association could pursue that matter differently. Just because we issue a permit doesn't mean that they're exempt from any other laws, if such laws exist.
So if the board approves this, we can then get our own attorney and make sure that this doesn't happen, correct?
That is the only possible way that a covenant can be enforced.
Okay, yeah, because we had spoken with an attorney and he said if there were enough people opposed to it, the county shouldn't do anything, but if anything changes with that, to let him know, and that's, I guess, the avenue that we'll have to take moving forward if you guys approve this. Thank you.
The public participation portion is closed. The board does take into consideration what everybody has said. All I'm saying is that they cannot take into account anything that has to do with the covenants.
Can we mute this and discuss this among them?
No, absolutely not.
Do you wish to amend your motion with the input from the people who do not want this done?
Well, his motion was to combine the lots. You haven't voted on the application yet.
Oh, I thought
That was to amend the application. And then we did the public hearing. Now you guys need to make a decision on that.
Once those lots are combined, you can't split them and resell.
Once the lots are combined, they cannot be resplit.
Make a motion to approve it based on lot consolidation.
There is a motion by Mr. Minkowski to approve the application based on lot consolidation.
Okay.
Mrs. Bula seconds the motion.
Any further discussion? Motion.
Yes.
I make a motion that this application be denied, as it doesn't comply with the intent.
No. There's a motion to approve it.
Okay.
So you would just vote against that motion.
May I say something? This board is supposed to protect people when we issue these zonings, or we confer these zonings, that it doesn't jeopardize their other residents' lifestyle. If they're opposed to this thing, we have 7 people who are opposed to it. This should be taken into consideration before we.
Well, all I'm saying, what I'm saying is that it's gonna be one lot. Right? It's gonna be one lot. You're putting a garage on that one lot. And I don't see anything wrong with that.
Bob, I get the legal, that it's legal.
They say the
It's
covenant-
not the intent of the ordinance.
That's for them to, with their covenants, okay?
I think he's saying the intent of the zoning ordinance,
Oh.
I think is what you're
That's correct. It's not in accordance with the intent of that 405-12C. It's not what they wanted us to garner from it. When our founding fathers of the county decided to write it.
Well, can I speak, Dustin, or?
Not really. Right now, they are in the process of voting. There's a motion on the floor.
I'm in favor. As long as they can consolidate it left.
You're ready to call a vote whenever.
That's what I said, let's call the vote.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 No.
We have 3 ayes and 1 nay. At this point, the motion's carried.
That it is. And that concludes the public hearings for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the board,
Should we close the public hearings?
oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all there is for public hearings, so.
Okay. You have yours?
Nope,
Meeting date?
that's what I was gonna ask you about. Would anybody, like to move it from a Monday?
Mondays are good for me.
Mondays are good?
Yeah, they're good for me.
Is that your only good day?
Tuesdays I deliver meals, Wednesday I'm on Tri-Lake, Thursday I work at the golf course. Friday you don't want to work on Friday.
Are you more busy now than when you were,
I start to wonder about that.
yeah?
We have a good reason for wanting to do it.
All right. Well, we'll keep it on Mondays for a little while. If maybe in the winter when you're not at the golf course or something, we can move it.
Or you know, Wednesday later, Tri-Lake is at 9, we're usually done by 9:30, I could do something.
If we did Wednesdays, I don't have a problem with that, but it can't be the first Wednesday. How about second Wednesdays of the month?
Being that my application by Walmart was turned down, I'm available.
Okay. Mr. Caldwell, what do you think? Second Wednesdays? All right.
Yeah, the problem is, it's the actual posting of
Whatever fits.
notification.
Mondays, because of what she was saying in the publication, we have to publish everything a week earlier. And actually this time around, we almost ran out of time. If we can get it to a day other than Monday or Tuesday, it just helps a lot.
It's funny, I hit my calendar mark for the 9th of August. Before even Janine sent that notice out, I had it marked for the 9th.
That's,
Good for August 9th, the next month we'll do it on the Monday,
yeah,
and then the week after, or the next time it'll be on the
yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, the next meeting's already set, so.
Annual meeting.
Oh.
I just have
Oh,
a question.
the meeting's still going on. Bob, have you adjourned it yet?
No, I didn't know if there was any more input on this.
That's all we got.
Need a motion to adjourn.
I so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I just have a question here, and I want to go back to